Hello and welcome to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network Sunday special interview. Very excited because joining me today is one of the best wrestlers on the indie scene today. I can guarantee that. Very happy he's returning to the show. Always welcome. Always a pleasure to welcome my buddy, Nick, the Natural Sullivan. Nick, welcome back to the show, man.
Glad to be back.
Hey, man, glad to have you. So how have you been, man? How have you been? How you doing?
Really good. As we know, Gray's going to be a year old next month.
Okay.
He's a big boy.
Yep.
We love him to pieces. So we're getting ready for his birthday party and everything. And Allie's birthday is next week, so we're getting ready for that too.
All right, cool. Do you have a copy of my questions? Because my next question was, your son is about to turn one. Congratulations. How do you feel? That was
No,
my
I don't have a
next
copy of your
question. That
questions,
was my
though.
that was my
Reading your
next.
mind.
Okay. Now that must be something though. It's like yesterday he was just born and now he's turning one, man. I tell you, it goes by fast, man.
Yeah, it went by. I remember we were talking about that, and you were telling me, like, yeah, it went by so quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
is he suplexing anybody yet? I know he's only one, but
No, not yet, but he's
not
very
yet.
strong. He
Okay.
likes punching and biting and laughing. Like I'll have him watch wrestling sometimes when Allie's not paying attention.
Okay, man. So be careful. She's gonna be suplexing you soon, man. It's gonna be suplexing
He
you soon
will.
before you know it, man. So let's get right into it, man. Recently, you had a huge match. It was last week, actually, with the
Yes.
Impact Wrestling World Champion, one of the best in the world, Moose, for Immortal Championship Wrestling. First off, how did the match go, man? I'm sure everybody wants to know.
Um, it's so hard to put in perspective because it was literally like my breakout match. It's going against someone who once played at Syracuse University, where I'm from. He played at Syracuse and went to the NFL, then transitioned to pro wrestling. That's a world champion. That's on television every week. And I definitely proved myself. And once I get the better footage of the match, I'll send it to you. But I
Okay.
definitely proved that I belong. And like to me, that was a test. And wrestling someone like him, I have a ton of respect for. And it was just great. I cannot wait to do it again.
I know. I can imagine, man. So, when you first found out that your opponent was going to be Moose, what was going through your mind? Because, like I said, Moose
Well,
is Moose is one of the best in the world,
yes.
and you must.
Well,
Were you? Did you instantly get nervous? Did you get excited? What were you feeling when you found out your opponent's going to be Moose?
well, the week before we're at 2CW and we're talking because I'm not Arthur Jones, who's actually a very good amateur wrestler from Unit Endicott, who played at Syracuse with Moose and played in the NFL. He was there watching Moose's match, and Arthur saw me. He's like, "Oh, what's up, Nick?" And we started talking, and then I told the Moose and I were talking. I was like, "Yeah, this is how I know Arthur." And we're talking about just about his wrestling and how he started, and I told him like, "Hey, hopefully we get to work together in the future, man. You're really good." And like to me, someone like him, Josh Alexander, like those are my stepping stones. And Moose just told me, he's like, "Hey, let's make it happen." Then a week goes by. The Immortal show got moved to a different location. Next thing you know, it's like, "Hey, you're wrestling Moose." I was like, "Well, what the shit, really?" Like, yeah. I'm like, "All right, cool." And that's literally all I thought about for the past month was get ready and prepare. We had the wrestling center, the wrestling training at Great Northern Mall, which is like 15 minutes away from me, and literally going there, prepare. Father Derek, my manager, he'll watch a lot of Moose matches, and like we'll just come up with certain game plans and just getting ready and just beat the shit out of all the guys at practice and just get ready for the match.
Yeah, there you go, man. So the match was set with Moose, but then after the match was set, Moose wins the Impact Wrestling World Championship. So how much more excited did you get when you realized that I'm going to be stepping in the ring with the Impact Wrestling World Champion?
Well, I remember I'm watching because I know you and I talked right afterwards, and I saw him win. I was like, huh. Well, this is a whole new ball game, you know. Because literally, like this match, it's either gonna make or break me. You know what I mean? It was like I said, it's a proving ground where, hey, yes, I can talk the talk and walk the walk, but can I walk the walk with someone with his lineage? A world champion Moose is on TV, as I stated, every week. He's wrestled in New Japan, wrestled, did stuff with Kenny Omega, wrestled the best, literally the best in the world. Can I show everybody that, hey, I am that guy? and I did.
All right, man. Like
So
I said,
it wasn't. I was nervous, but it was good nerves, you know. So yeah, like I was make sure a week ago I made sure I was mentally preparing myself, just having a game plan, like visualizing how like everything would turn out, and it turned out great, fantastic.
awesome. So how many times did you suplex Moose?
Twice.
Twice. Okay. Twice. Okay. I can't wait to see the match, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
I will tell you though, we're hitting each other. It was very hard
Okay.
hitting.
Yeah, you said you were sore. You were sore after the match. Like, how sore were you? Were you unable to get out of bed? Like, how sore were you?
Oh, I got out of bed. I'm like, I've been sore, but I've never been sore before. Like sore, like how I was. But that just shows like we're really going at it. Like I was proving myself, you know.
Yeah, man. And did Moose have any words of encouragement after the match? Did he talk to you after the match? Or?
We talked. He loved it. He really enjoyed because it was funny because Ace Romero asked me, he's like, "Hey Nick, you ready?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Moose is really excited." I was like, "Oh wow!" So that made me feel good that he was really excited to working with me. We're going to be working again. Not sure when, but we'll be having another match, and this hopefully this time I can get the win. Just I was close. I was close enough.
What was the Impact title on the line, or was it on the line?
Honestly, I don't even know because
Okay.
I was so focused on him and that match. Like literally anything on the other surroundings, like outside the ring, like literally in the ring. Even Derek, I didn't even pay attention. My main focus was on Moose in that match. That's how I was in the back too. Like in the back, I was like, when I meant to prepare myself, I like amateur wrestling, like to smack myself in the head and like talk to myself. And probably half the roster thinks I'm a psychopath, but it's how I prepare myself, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you have to be mentally ready.
So there will be a rematch. There will be a rematch between you and
Yes.
Moose. Okay.
100% yes.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. Maybe it'll be in an Impact Wrestling ring. You never know, man.
I hope so.
You never know, man. So you mentioned Ace Romero. Ace Romero versus Nick Sullivan will be a pretty good match. Any chance that's gonna happen?
I hope so too, because I know him and I would definitely like to work with each other. And that's someone with his size and his speed. Like I know he's not an Impact anymore. He could easily go anywhere, you know. I think he's very good. He's phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
again, too, like with his side, the stuff that he could do, you don't see guys like that can pull off. And
Oh
I have a
yeah.
lot of respect for him too. He's a great talent overall. A very down to earth guy too.
I definitely agree. Great talent. I kind of wish Impact Wrestling used him more. He
Yeah.
was great tag team with Larry D, but you
Yep.
know, things are what they are, and no longer with Impact Wrestling. But still, he's a great talent. I'm sure he's going to end up with another promotion very soon. So
100% yes.
do you think that Impact Wrestling World Title is going to be around your waist one day?
Plan on it.
Okay.
Like I said, like after dealing with Moose and like I know eventually, hopefully, to work with like Josh Alexander next year. That I know O'Shea Edwards from Ring of Honor and I will be duking it out at some point. Just I have a goal set in mind. I know like we talk about all the time, like we don't understand why people put down Impact so much. I don't get it because they have one of the best rosters out there, and
Yep.
that's my goal is to be on Impact. Obviously, I still watch AEW, I watch WWE, I watch all wrestling to study from. Again, I have my opinion just like everyone else does, but I don't spew it online
Okay.
like how other people do. And like I said, like you always make me laugh when you have when people get all upset, then you have to say something to them. You know me because I'll immediately message you. I'll start laughing. I'm like people are psychos. But again, too, it's a day and age where everyone wants to be a keyboard warrior, and I get it. Everyone wants to have their opinion, but I don't see you doing what these guys are doing out there. Especially a lot of these fans. A lot of these fans are. I've heard the phrase before. I've realized it like neckbeards, I guess. Like a lot of these fans are so judgmental, and half of them don't take a proper shower. You know, and I'm like, all right, talk all the crap you want, but
Yeah.
I don't see you going out there. Like I've seen a lot of people, for example, when Moose did the promo, when he talked about the Elite, Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Sasha, and him and I
Yeah.
were talking like that was an awesome promo because he did those little hints, but he didn't abruptly say their names.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but then people were shitting on him, but not him necessarily, but Impact. But it was a good promo, and it's like he's calling a shot. He's proving day in and day out that he's the best. You know,
Yeah.
I just always find it baffling. But again, too, it's like I guess that's society nowadays.
Yeah, no, it was a great promo. I mean, Moose,
Yeah.
without a doubt, like I said, absolutely one of the best in the world.
Yes.
Would love to see him go to Japan and defend the Impact Wrestling World title. I know
Oh yeah, most
the
definitely.
new Japan Pro Wrestling Impact Wrestling partnership going on right now. And like you said, Impact Wrestling is a destination for you, and it's where you want to end up. And so, is that your number one destination? If you could end up anywhere, it would be Impact Wrestling.
Right now, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Like I always said before, like obviously, to WWE would be a goal of mine also. But then I see how, for example, like AJ Styles and like Samoa Joe, how they went their route, how they went to WWE when they got older. And my thing is though too with Impact, you could tell like they have a really good work-life balance. And I want to be around when Gray grows up, you know.
Of course.
And like I don't want
to
miss any of those like achievements of him. Like obviously he's starting to walk right now, but like his first like school play, his first football game, you know.
Of course, absolutely.
Because
Man,
I want that work-life balance, and obviously Impact is so close too, so it'll be a lot easier and more convenient as well.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. And so you was actually off Impact Wrestling for a second. Sorry, so you were scheduled for a match in Canada, a couple of matches in Canada, but you weren't able to get over the border. And I know you wanted to tell the story. Go ahead, tell the story. What happened? Wait, I mean, you were supposed to go to Canada, take on a match against Brute Van Slyke. You're supposed to come to Seaway Valley Wrestling, and I really bummed out because I was going to meet you for the first time. I got there and I was like, "Al, where's Nick?" And he's like, "Oh, Nick can't make it. He can't get over the border." And I was because I was going to suplex the hell out of you, man.
Yeah.
But now I didn't have my opportunity. Yeah. So let's talk about Brute Van Slyke. I know you got a little upset at that. What happened with trying to get over the border?
The Seaway Valley, that was the first one. I can't remember. Was it September? No, not September. It was in the midst. It was the summer. Me, Ryan, Alan, like we all talked. We're all set to go. We're excited. I'm on my way there with my mom and stepdad. Now, my mom, myself, my stepdad, we had all the proper COVID tests. However, the COVID test my mom and stepdad took, it couldn't get them over, even though they took the PCR test.
Okay.
So we couldn't get over then. I'm like,
yeah, that's.
And by the time we would get to the other part of the border, what they're talking about, it would have been too late. Then I was doing the charity show a couple weeks ago for Eric Omet's company. I believe I pronounced his last name correctly. But with that one, Brew and I were supposed to do a rematch. So we had a 2CW. We all had the correct test, filled out their ArriveCan app, everything. The issue was that my mom was able to get over because she took her COVID test at night. We took ours in the morning on a Wednesday, and since we took ours on the morning on a Wednesday, it expired. Now, if you saw the disappointment in my face and the look, and again, I understand. I know how Border Patrol is. I know they could be not necessarily douchey, but they have to be strict. They have to be stern, which I 100% get. But it's like, it's like my wife works in healthcare. It's like she knows how everything works. It's like, dude, come on, you really like? And my mom just looked at him like, you can't let us over. They told us if we go in the town, which is Watertown, which is like, for me, it's an hour. From the border, it's like 40 minutes. If we're able to get a COVID test in Watertown, we'll be able to come back. But the issue is that it's a rapid test, and with a rapid test, you can't get over. Either way, we tried to run in Watertown. There was nothing, there's no openings. So now I know that I have to take a COVID test at night now in order to get over the border at a proper time.
Oh
So
man,
hopefully third time's a charm. Okay.
yeah,
Third time's
no,
a charm.
I hopefully you get over, man, because I know how desperately you want to wrestle in Canada, man.
Yep.
And again, I was bummed out, because I traveled 8 hours specifically to meet Nick Sullivan, and
Sorry.
no, 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 I'm just kidding. It's not your fault, man. But one day, we'll fist bump each other, man.
Yes.
It's coming soon. So Brute Fans like, you've had some big matches with Brute Fans like. Your thoughts on your matches with him and your thoughts on Brute Fans like.
Brew is a very good talent. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Like for a guy his size and like his movement around the ring, like he wrestled in Japan prior. He's wrestled for C4, IWS. He's wrestled all over Canada, and now he's getting his. I know he had a really bad injury, I believe, last year, or the year before. But then he's getting his. He's basically getting his comeback, and he's another guy that I believe that he can still get signed. He's for his size, he can move around the ring. He's very strong. I'm not sure if you saw a 2CW match, but he gave me a splash off the top rope. And for someone being 350, 400 pounds, my mom laughed because she saw my face. Well, I felt it all. But he's a good guy. After a match, he said he respected me, which means a lot, especially for like his accomplishments, what he's done in pro wrestling. Just he needs that one match to give him the break he needs again. Because he's another person that I have a lot of respect for, that I believe that will get signed.
Okay, I know. I've seen a couple of his matches. He's very, very talented. I remember him C4 as well. I
Yep.
watched his match with you as well. I think that was on YouTube as well. But yeah, great talent. I know Father Derek. Did I get the name right? Father Derek.
Yep.
How did you connect with Father Derek?
Well, long story short, I've actually known Derek for a long time. When I was younger, I used to see him in the gym, and I used to bother him about pro wrestling.
Okay.
Just imagine my big ass going up to him like, "So you're a wrestler?" and just ask him all these questions. Then about like a year and a half ago, because I would always see him at the shows and stuff, and I would always ask him to watch my stuff. Then a year and a half ago, like literally a couple months before the pandemic, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to be managing you in TK." I can't remember how the gist of it works. Like, is that cool? I'm like, yes, it's cool. Cool thing is we live 5 minutes away from each other. He's been a blessing to my career. He's someone I think you love to interview. He's actually a teacher at Central Square. He taught my brothers when they're at CNS. He's someone that has a mind of wrestling, like a mind. Jim Cornette, Bobby Heenan,
Oh wow.
Paul Heyman, just like how quick he come up with a promo, or like when he watches me wrestle, he'll find something to tweak. Like whenever we're at practice, he'll have me do certain things that will come to his mind. And, hey, Nick, do it this way, or switch up that way. Because a lot of my matches, I'm just changing things up a bit. I still have the amateur wrestling, I still have the throws and all that suplexes, but I'm adding a little bit more other things into my repertoire that makes me get more recognizable, more exposed to the echelons of pro wrestling. My goal is to have him with me when I sign the contract, because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now at that stage, in this stage of pro wrestling, if it wasn't for him.
Okay.
And he knows that, like, I'm very appreciative of him. I'm always repetitive to him. Like, I'm like, dude, like, I'm bringing you with me, because he goes out of his way to come up with all these promos, all these game plans while he's teaching, and he's about to be a new father. And he doesn't have to do it, but he goes out of his way to do that for me. And like, I love the guy to death, man. Like, he's one of my best friends, and I'm so appreciative of what he's done for me.
That's awesome, man. I was gonna say, who's better, Father Derek or Mr. Man? But I think you just gave us the answer.
I'll plead the fifth.
Okay. Speaking of Mr. Man, Blaze Haram and Ben Hameen just roughed them up. I think at the last Immortal Championship Wrestling show. Are you gonna get a little payback from Mr. Man?
Oh, Mr. Man. I'm glad he's back. I know he took a hiatus. I know him and I were talking before. I know he was considering retirement. I'm glad he's back, because it's something that he's loved. It's something he always had. He's had he always can cut a good promo. He's another person that has a mind for the business. I'm not sure how long he's going to be around for,
Okay.
I believe I know this is his last hurrah. I know he definitely wants to go out with a bang, and I believe he's definitely going to go out with a bang.
Okay, man. But hopefully you could get some payback on Blaze Haram and Ben Hameen for
He'll
roughing
use
him
that
up.
cane. Yeah, he'll use that
Okay.
cane.
Okay. All right. And speaking of, so Immortal Championship Wrestling, is it safe to say that's your home promotion? Because you seem to be, because I mean, just see you were the inaugural winner of the Fowler Cup. So tell me a little bit about that tournament and the big win. It seems like you're doing a lot of great things for Immortal Championship
Oh
Wrestling.
yes. Well, when I first started, Ben Hameen asked me. This was years ago when I first started. Like, hey, come to a show called Dynasty. I was in Rome. Hey, this show face. I showed up, helped out with the ring crew. I played security that night. And that's how Dynasty became Immortal, and I just got booked from there. It's basically with Mike King, the promoter, which I think you would love to speak to. Great guy.
Okay.
The Cal Fowler Cup is a guy that I believe that ran the YMCA and or the Boys and Girls Club. He's someone that was a big part of Mike King's life in his youth, and that tournament was to pay homage to him.
Okay.
He was going to try to bring him down, but I believe he's in his 80s, and I believe he lives in Florida. So that was his son that presented me the trophy. Basically, I believe originally it was going to be a tournament base, but then it turned into a fatal 4-way. And I know that I know I could tell that some people weren't too happy and my stiffness in the ring. But again, too, it's like you have to learn to play ball. It's like you want to be the top dog, you have to learn to take it. Like I'll tell you right now, I'll go back to Moose. Moose hit the shit out of me so many times. I took it. I
Mhm.
loved it. I wanted even more. And it's like, and I believe that's what earned his respect. Like, excuse my language, but you can't be a bitch. You know, I know people have their views on pro wrestling and that it's scripted, but again, too, it's like a lot of these guys at different calibers. Like, not everybody can be a pro wrestler. Guys can play pro wrestlers. A lot of these guys can play characters, but a lot of these guys aren't as tough as they seem, which you know.
Yeah.
And I was going out there. I had one goal in mind, and that was to win that trophy, and I did. No matter how pissed off people got or how mad people, how I was in the match, it's like, all right, we could be adults to talk about it. I could be like, hey, I'm sorry that you can't handle it, or I could just beat the shit out of you, and then we could shake hands afterwards.
Sure.
But again,
Sure.
too, this is my opinion. But no, I've definitely been proving myself there, and I believe that's a place that you'll love too. Just a crowd, the energy. I'm trying to get a working relationship with with them and bring Junior Benito down and McCray and
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Fear the Beats. Like bring all those guys because I'm friends with all those guys too, and I definitely want to see them in the American promotions, especially New York promotions.
Absolutely, man. And I'd love to see you suplex Junior Benito. I think you could throw him you could probably throw him
Well,
into the 10th row, man.
I can't remember if I told you or not. I told somebody, but he sent me a message, and I forgot what I said to him. I'm like, I think I told him I can't wait to beat the shit out of you. I said something to him. It was just funny. Speaking of Junior, I'm so proud of him for how far
Yeah.
he's come. He's a great dude. Like he works really hard. He's not the biggest guy, but he's one of the toughest. And he has that never say die, never quit attitude. And I believe that's what gets the crowd loving him, you know? And like you
Absolutely.
can tell, like he's a positive guy in the locker room, has a lot of great energy. Is just an overall good guy.
Absolutely. I love Junior Benito. Junior
I'll
Benito,
still beat
good.
him up, but I'll hug him afterwards.
Okay.
After I beat him up, I'll carry him to the back.
Okay. So back to what you were saying a little earlier. So people are actually getting upset that you were a little stiff. I mean, were they legitimately getting upset or?
I know when I first started, I know you and I talked to us before. I've watched pro wrestling since I was a little kid, but I'm so used to amateur wrestling, freestyle, and Greco where you get grabbed that you immediately want to go for a takedown, you know? So I was able, again, with the help of Fowler Derek, Mike Skyros, who's another great wrestler. I think you would love the interview, that they're helping me do more of psychology. I can still be stiff, but not as stiff where I'm like hurt, like legit, like trying to kill the guy. But again, too, like I'm such a strong guy. I'm a big guy that even if I hit lightly, it's not, I don't mean to do it, you know? And like, I'm very apologetic. I try to be respectful. I think the issue is, so like a lot of guys will take my kindness for weakness. And I don't want to be and my wife knows, like, and these guys, I don't want to be a dickhead, but again, too, a lot of guys will, I'm trying to use a phrase, will try to act tough. Then it's like, oh, okay, you really want to act this way? Then I'll be 10 times stiffer. I'm like, all right, we can either have a proper match or we could shoot and it's not gonna go well for you. And do I want to do that? No. I believe I told you a couple months ago, after a bad match I had, like, it was horrible. This overall tag match was not good, and I wasn't happy with the performance. How one of the guys who used to be an amateur wrestler kept calling me out, and he told me he could beat me in a match. I'm like, okay, and he kept saying it, and I'm like, all right, I'll see you at the school. For a week straight, I have all my national trophies and stuff in the garage, so I'm staring at them while I'm working out. Now, granted, I told my wife got mad at me after the fact. I told her, like, oh, this is what happened. I literally beat the shit out of him. He weighs about 340. I beat the shit out of him for an hour in the wrestling ring. Wrestling, just throws, just stiff with him, just like literally kicking his ass. And after an hour went by, I made him apologize to me, and Derek and everybody watched me beat the shit out of him. And Derek will tell you, I cut the best promo ever in my life because it was so real, just pure emotion. And Derek loved it. The problem was there's a lot of F-bombs and a lot of cursing. Okay. He's like, if we took all that out, we could play that promo, but it was just real raw emotions. And my thing is, I don't like getting called out, but again, too, I love proving people wrong. Okay. But again, too, a lot of these guys want to be tough guys, but they don't have the big enough balls to actually prove themselves.
Okay.
And I had a talk with Moose about that too, and he was even saying, like, so many guys want to be Hollywood for what? They want to be Hollywood, but they're not Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, always, he's telling me he's experienced the same thing before, and he hits hard. I'm like, all right. If people complain about me, and if people complain about him, and that guy's on TV, like, then it's like you shouldn't be in this business.
Absolutely, man. And I couldn't imagine anybody that would try to shoot on you in the ring, because, like you said, it's not going to go well for anybody. It's not going to go well for anybody.
Yeah. And again, too, like, I just try to be really, you know what I mean? I just try to be really respectful down there, because, like, I believe we all have the same goals. Like, it's like, why cause stupid drama, you know? Yeah. But again, too, if I have to, I'm an adult, then I'd rather do it in the wrestling ring than out in the streets, because the wrestling ring, you get away with it, you know? It's like, I'm a dad, you know. I want Gray to look up to me and be like, hey, my dad's on TV. My dad's the best, you know. Sure. I'm not letting anyone ruin that opportunity for me.
All right, man. No one's gonna. I can guarantee you, no one's gonna ruin that opportunity for you, man. You're definitely gonna be on TV as well, man. So you're still collecting wrestling figures? You're still a big wrestling figure fan?
God, yeah.
Okay.
That right, Ninja Turtles, Marvel. There's been a lot more. Like I said, this collection I have in the Mudroom's Gray's collection. Okay. Also, Gray has his little toys too.
Okay, so you must have been really excited when you got your own figure in the form of a wrestling buddy, man.
Yes. Gray was the first one to get one.
Oh no, Slam Buddy, not wrestling buddy, Slam Buddy.
It's the same thing. I actually have to get more.
Okay.
That company's very good at what they do.
I'm still waiting for mine, man.
Oh yeah, I have it actually.
You have it. Oh, good. It's a good thing you have it.
Yeah, so I got it back. My mom was able to get that in the singlet back, so I was thankful. So I have that waiting for you.
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. When I get it, I'm gonna suplex it all over the house, man.
throw across the living room.
I'm gonna pile drive it. Gonna suplex it. Gonna put on a Boston Crab. It's my Slam Buddy, man. It's my Nick Sullivan Slam Buddy. But no, I can't. I'm looking forward to getting it. It's gonna go right up here next to Kenny Omega.
Awesome.
Right next to Kenny Omega. I have a few. I just got a few of these Funko Pops. I'm not really.
Is that the one above? Is that Bret Hart, right?
That's Bret Hart. You got Cody. Vince McMahon is hiding there. The Young Bucks are behind all the Bucks. Ric Flair is there as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what else they got there? Oh, and Ted DiBiase.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So those are the ones I can sneak into the house, and my wife doesn't see. So
I can't sneak anything in the house anymore.
Okay.
Because I grab them out. Allie's like, there's a big box outside. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Grace. And I open them. I'm like, Allie, look at this. I got him a Ninja Turtle blimp. I'm like, Allie, look, and she just looks at me and goes back in the living room. Just I can't wait till he's old enough to open it so him and I can play with everything.
You bought yourself a Ninja Turtle blimp. Is that's what that's?
Yep, it was on the Walmart app. It was one of the blimp toys when I was growing up, and you could put the Ninja Turtle figures on there. And when I immediately saw on the Walmart app, I immediately ordered it, and they sold out. And it came in like in 2 days. I'm like, oh sweet, it's in. I'm like, Gray, look, and Gray just looks at like, he's probably like, what the hell is this thing? So.
You know what's hilarious is anybody tries to shoot on you in the ring, you would just take them out, but you're shopping for Ninja Turtle blimps, and you're getting excited about
as I'm buying toys.
Like you destroy anybody in the ring that challenges you, and then you go into the toy store to buy Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Allie gets mad because like when we go to Target, I'm like, let's go to the toy aisle really quick. Even though I have these figures, I like bringing Gray to the toy aisle just so he can see everything.
Yeah.
Even though he literally has his toy store downstairs.
So you're just a big kid, really. You're just a big overgrown kid, man.
100%, yes.
Nothing wrong with that. Now I'm jealous. I want to add some more figures to maybe at Christmas. I'll treat myself. Maybe a Nick Sullivan doll, not a Slam Buddy, but just a regular Nick Sullivan doll. Coming. What's Impact Wrestling? They have
the micro brawlers.
Yeah.
My goal is gonna add my own action figure on micro brawler. My goal is that with Allie and I are out in public that I see my wrestling figures on the shelf because I already know Allie be like, Jesus, because I'll probably buy them all.
Well, if you do buy them all, then you'll get royalties for them for buying them all. So there you go.
Oh, wow, they all sold out within a day. I'm like, yeah, who bought them all? Yes. You go to my house and see like a big ass corner. It's all my action. I bought them all for myself.
Oh man. So let's move along here. WWE releasing all these wrestlers, which has been crazy.
I saw it. I was like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, Keith Lee, Killer Cross, Ember Moon, so many big names. I think this is a golden opportunity for Impact Wrestling. What do you think? What do you think they should?
100%. And yeah. I know there's a couple of those names that I'm hoping, though, fingers crossed, I work with next year.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm very surprised, especially Cross and Keith Lee, because he just came like they kept switching Cross's gimmick, and Keith Lee just came back.
Yeah.
But again, too, I don't run the management there, and I don't know how they really work. I know Triple H is still recovering from his heart surgery, and he's someone I know a lot of people don't like him, but I've always liked his work. I thought Hunter Hearst Helmsley was like the coolest character when I was a little kid. I hope he recovers and he get back to what he loves doing. But yeah, it's crazy though, and like again too, like everyone gets mad, but these guys, I believe all these guys they go anywhere they want, you know. But then I just think it's WWE's talent roster is so huge. And a lot of these guys, like you don't even see on TV yet. But you know, when one door closes, another one opens.
Yep. And
I believe that they'll all, even if a lot of them don't get continue doing pro wrestling, a lot of them can get into acting or other ventures. Like they all have that exposure. Even before WWE, they all have that exposure. So I think all of them on that list will be fine.
Oh yeah, like I said, golden opportunity for Impact Wrestling, MLW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong.
Yep.
I can see Keith Lee just going to New Japan Pro Wrestling and just running right over everybody, man. That would be fantastic.
Him and Jeff Cobb again.
Oh my gosh, that would be an awesome match, man.
Yep.
Awesome match. So do you want? I'm sure you watch AEW. I think you said you're watching AEW.
Yes.
Do you think they could overtake WWE as the number one promotion in North America?
That I don't know, because I feel like anything like in that type of nature, Vince McMahon, as much as people hate Vince McMahon, he'll always have something up in his sleeve. So even if they get remotely close or surpass WWE, Vince McMahon will find a way to flip the switch again, you know, and bring back the dominance, because WCW they surpassed them for those couple of years, and whatever happened, and WWE ended up taking the reins. A lot of people, I watch both products. I don't want anyone to fail, any company to fail, because that ruins it for a lot of the wrestlers. You know, it's like, why it's like, okay, you have your opinion, but why do you want someone to die? Or why do you want this company to fail? Like, doesn't make any sense. So, like, if you're really, again, this is my opinion because everyone has their own opinion. If you're a real wrestling fan, just let everyone be successful. Let everyone get a piece of the cake. You know, I'm like, it's open doors for everybody now. Like all these companies. That's why I don't get why everyone shits on Impact Wrestling. It's like they're good. Same thing at MLW. You know, and like the whole Ring of Honor situation. I hope that they're back in April. Just that was a shocker. Everything that happened. I know I sent a message to Shane Taylor, and because I have a lot of respect for them, and fingers crossed, Shane Taylor and I still have that match, no matter what. But hopefully, Ring of Honor comes back and he's still there. But he could Shane Taylor Promotions can go anywhere because that guy proved that he's a top dog, and that guy deserves a ton of respect. Him, O'Shea Edwards, and the rest of the crew of Shane Taylor Promotions.
Absolutely. Just so you know, I tweeted out Shane Taylor Promotions should take over Impact Wrestling, and I tagged Shane Taylor. I tagged Impact Wrestling, and Shane Taylor retweeted it. So he's for it. He's for
Shane, and like he could easily that would be a perfect faction for Impact Wrestling.
Absolutely. I'm thinking Josh Alexander against Shane Taylor would be absolutely crazy match, man. So I'm like, it's again. Golden opportunity for Impact Wrestling with WWE releases and Ring of Honor. I think Ring of Honor said they're coming back as an indie promotion and they're not going to sign anybody to any contracts or anything.
I think it's like a pay per appearance.
Yeah.
The sucky part about Ring of Honor is another company that people crap on, and I think the problem with Ring of Honor was the time slot. I'll stay up and watch it, you know, and like people record, but like they're on like the weirdest times, and again too. I don't know how the business aspect works with Sinclair Broadcasting and stuff, but if Ring of Honor was able to get, I know they're online a lot, but if they're able to get the proper exposure, just like MLW, AEW, Impact, WWE, I still think they'll still be around because they have great wrestling and they have great talent. They have hardcore fans and there's overall good product. And I know obviously the pandemic hurt a lot of companies, but it's like you have pro wrestling, which everyone will gauge towards too, especially young kids, and it's like you're not showing the product how you should be. And I just hope, and I think the problem is too, a lot of people blame Ring of Honor. It's like, why blame Ring of Honor? They're doing everything possible because they're paying people during the pandemic when they weren't having shows, changing the canvas, having proper protocols to make sure everyone's happy and healthy. And it's like you should thank them and applaud them for doing everything they could to make sure everyone got taken care of. It sucks a situation. So, but I hope they come back bigger and stronger than ever. And like the guys like Shane Taylor and stuff, if they don't sign anywhere else, hopefully they bring them back to whatever they're getting or more because they deserve it.
Okay, and the people that complain about Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling, they're just keyboard warriors in their basement with nothing better to do. Nothing better. As you said, they probably don't take showers either. I think you said that earlier. So they should get out of the house and get some fresh air or something.
You need a girlfriend.
They get a girlfriend. Absolutely, man. So last question, and then we can wrap this up now.
Okay.
What are your goals for 2022 and beyond?
Well, I think I already made that clear. Definitely Saturday. I proved myself that I belong. Just work with the top guys. The top guys are obviously WWE. They don't allow their talent to do outside companies, but work with the top guys like calling out Shane Taylor, O'Shea Edwards, Josh Alexander, Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Moose again. You know, Jeff Cobb, all this wonderful talent. Fowler Bala. Just work with all these guys and to prove that I belong. And I guarantee that I will be on TV and I will get that contract. You know me, I'm a very determined individual. I love to prove people wrong. I love to prove myself. And I believe that match with Moose, I proved that, I am who I say I am. And I'm just glad that I gained and earned Moose's respect. And also work with obviously Ace Romero too as well.
All right, man. Sounds freaking awesome, man. Real quick, New Japan Pro Wrestling tomorrow, Power Struggle. Shingo Takagi defending against Zack Sabre Jr. Who do you got?
I think Zack Sabre Jr. will pull it off.
Mm,
But again, too, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna watch the match. I'm going to a show tomorrow just to watch some of the guys that we help out with at the school. I'm gonna get a chance to watch it afterwards.
okay. Yeah, no.
But if I'm wrong, you can beat me up.
No, I won't beat you up because I wouldn't dare. But
I'll have you be my tag team partner then.
okay, there you go. But I know there's no way Zack Sabre Jr. wins. No
Okay.
chance at all. No chance at all. No chance at all. Shingo Takagi is gonna successfully defend his title tomorrow. Is it Takagi or Takagi? I think it's Takagi.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay,
correctly.
Shingo. There we go. But he successfully defends his title without a doubt, man. Tomorrow, and that's it, man. Anything you want to plug? You have any? I know you have the Slam Buddies, social media, and actually, November 20th, Immortal Championship Wrestling. Do you have an opponent yet?
Well, it's going to be a surprise, and
Okay.
I can't say anything yet, but you're going to be
Okay.
very happy
Okay.
on the outcome of the match
Okay.
and what's going to happen. You'll laugh, but you'll be happy.
Okay.
But yeah, right now that's all I'm doing right now. Just waiting to get back into Canada and see all the great Canadian fans. Give you a big hug. Have that
There we go.
singlet and that Slam Buddy for you.
There you
I'll
go.
be getting more Slam Buddies in. My mom actually is getting a printing press made, so she's gonna be doing my merch for me.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome.
So once I get more stuff in, I'll definitely hook you up because you've been, like I said, I consider you one of my best friends. You've been so great to me and help me my exposure, my wrestling, and myself as a person. Being like, I just want to. It's hard to express like words, but I thank you for everything you've done for me.
Hey, man, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's.
You're welcome.
It's. I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
Only you can do that. No, I'm cool. But no, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
So if somebody want to get a Slam Buddy or if somebody want to get a T-shirt, how do they contact you? Through social media?
Contact me directly on my Facebook
Okay.
and or my Instagram. Once I get all those made, then I'll make sure I'll have them showing up on Facebook and stuff.
All right, man. Cool. So, Nick, thank you so much for joining me again today.
Thank you.
And anytime you want to, well, I don't have to tell you. Anytime you want to come back, you're always welcome here. And
Definitely. Thank you.
And let me tell you something, man. You are going to make it. It's not if, it's when. You are going to make it. You are going to be on Impact Wrestling. You're going to be the Impact Wrestling World Champion. You are so damn talented, and you proved it to Moose. And people need to know who you are and watch your matches because, man, oh, man, you are going to make it big.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
My pleasure. And can we do a fist bump? Can we do a fist bump?
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
I feel like the Shield.
That was corny. I'm sorry. But anyway, again, thank you so much, man, and I look forward to doing this again. And I'll talk to you when we're done. I'm going to talk to you for a bit. Okay. But I'll do the closing, and then and that's it, man. Again, thank you so much for joining me, man.
Thank you.
Okay, so this has been the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network Sunday special interview. Again, I want to thank my guest, one of the best on the indie scene right now, Nick the Natural Sullivan. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.